In the last video, I've shown you how I process infrared photos using Adobe Lightroom. Let's talk about how I took them. Basically, there are two ways to do it. You can either add a filter on the lens or convert your camera just for infrared photos. I picked the first option because I'm not sure if I'm committed. It's a cost-efficient way. So I got the infrared filter from Hoya. It cost me $77, shipping included. If I hold the infrared filter like this, you can't see anything through it because it's meant to block visible lights. That means we need a tripod. When it comes to light, there are three aspects. Strength, that's how strong the light is. Where the light is coming from in relation to the camera angle. And lastly, color temperature. However, the Kelvin scale doesn't apply to infrared photography. So let's focus on the other two. This is how the image looks like when I put the infrared filter on. It's pretty dark, isn't it? So in order to capture the maximum amount of light, pick a sunny day if possible. Harsh bright daylight is the most favorable for infrared photography. If you want to capture this translucent foliage, pay attention to the angle of your camera. Like in this image, the sunlight is coming from the right hand side, so the left is well lit, while this part on the right is in the shadows. So which direction your camera points to actually matters. The infrared effect is the most prominent on trees, grass, and water. As for buildings, you don't see much of a difference. So pick a location that has these elements. Back to this image. It was taken at midday. The camera settings for this one is f5.6, 10 seconds, and ISO 400. The ideal setting is of course small aperture, fast shutter speed, and low ISO. For an unmodified camera, this is the best I can do. You can see the motion blur of the clouds. If you like motion blur, that's cool. But if it gets windy, as the trees got blown by wind, your image won't be sharp. Another thing is focusing. You won't be able to use autofocus after you put the filter on, because you can't see anything, right? You need to set your focus manually beforehand. Let's talk about the pros and cons. Sounds like the converter camera has fewer restrictions. Why is that? That's because our camera can actually shoot infrared, but manufacturers disable this function in the sensor. So for regular cameras, we are like going through an extra hurdle. For converter cameras, they do it by removing the infrared blocker and replace it with the infrared filter. There's another one called the full spectrum conversion. It allows your camera to capture all sorts of light. Let's find out how much it costs. There are two companies offering this professional service, Polari and LifePixel. On their website, you'll find the process of production from the time you place the order. They have some converted cameras for sale, all the major brands. Let's randomly pick Canon. It says it's brand new, just taken out of the box, and converted to infrared. You can use the live view and focus like regular cameras. It takes 2 weeks from start to finish. It says the RF lens will cause light leaks, so make sure you read the description carefully. What about converting your old cameras to infrared camera? It costs about $299 for DSLR and mirrors. Let's check out the other one, LifePixel. Here it tells you what the conversion is about. You can choose camera model and filter type. A complimentary 30-minute one-on-one training is included. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I will get a converted camera in the future. How will you choose? Let me know in the comments. If you're looking for more tutorials on photography, I post regularly on Instagram. You'll find tips on composition, long exposure, astrophotography, tips for beginners. Hope you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching.